Hey guys, welcome back to the Big Natural Podcast. Today I sat down with Uncle Lazer and I had so much fun talking to him. He's just a very interesting guy, very authentic, and just had some amazing advice for me starting out as like a new comic and just shared like a lot of his personal experiences in life and with comedy. And I don't know, he's just hilarious. So I think you guys are really going to like this episode. I hope you enjoy episode 29 with Uncle Lazer. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We don't know each other that well, but I've met you.
I don't know your last name, to be honest.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
I met you
come
at
to your podcast. Who cares, dude?
No, yeah, I like your comedy a lot. I've seen you go up like several times. Vulcan, Sunset, and you're very talented, Creek.
Yeah, I love Creek.
Yeah, so I'm excited to like get to kind of know you a little better. I met you at Odds.
Where?
Odds. Or not Odds. What's it called? Like the Lodge.
The Lodge. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Odds is the restaurant and Lodge is the other.
Okay. Okay. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. And you're on the Fold a lot, so I see you on the Fold often
very
as
fun.
well.
Yeah, that's a very fun game.
Yeah. Oh. So you just seem like a very interesting guy. So I wanted to have you on.
I appreciate it. I'm actually gay, so that's
you
why.
are.
No, I'm not. But thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Well, I wouldn't judge you if you were. Right. I'm a little bit gay myself.
Where'd you come from? You just come out of nowhere one day.
I know. Well, I've lived in Austin for 12 years.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. And when'd you get into comedy?
So I'm pretty new. Like I got into comedy about a year ago, but I wanted to do it for like
forever, since
I was like 17 probably.
Okay.
But I'm just very introverted, so I'd never thought I would actually do it.
Sure.
And then I was in therapy and I was like talking to my therapist about it, and she was like, "No, you should just do it." And she was like, "There's a mic at Creek in the Cave you could go to." And so I just like did that.
Wow.
And I liked it. Right. I suck. I still suck.
Everyone sucks in the beginning.
Yeah, but I liked it still, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Like I thought I would die and like never know what it would be like. So I'm excited to just be like doing it and
it's trying. A rush.
Yeah,
and
it's so much fun.
When you start crushing, you start getting like super good, and you just have like it's like getting a new joke to pop on stage is better than coming.
I agree.
It's like dead ass. Like I've taken every drug there is to take, and nothing gives you that high when something kills for the first time. Yeah.
And I mean, I probably have never killed on like you kill, but like anytime I get a laugh, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like
it's
this
fun.
is awesome.
I've eaten plenty of dick too though on stage, so you got to get used to that too. That part.
Yeah. Oh, I'm used to that.
Yeah.
You know,
remember that feeling like, hey, I don't want to feel like that again.
Yeah,
you know?
It's hard though, like because I do a lot of open mics, so then it's like if there's nobody in the room.
So look, I didn't come up through the open mic scene. I came up there like, I got famous on TikTok, and then the first time the first time I ever did stand up was the first time I ever did Kill Tony.
Whoa.
And then I just get thrust into that stratosphere because my first time was like, he's like, how long you been doing comedy? I go, this is my first time I've ever gone on stage and told a joke.
No
and it wasn't
way.
even a joke, So then I get thrust into like doing secret show to do 10 minutes, and I don't even have a minute. And so I'm just firing from the hip. So I ate a lot of dicks in the beginning. But what I was saying is like with the open mic shit, I think if I'd have went the open mic route, I would have quit.
You think so?
Yeah, because man, I've done mics since, that I've gotten to do comedy.
Yeah.
And if you say something, it doesn't elicit the correct response because comics don't watch comics. You're at a coffee shop with 10 fucking other people and 9 of them are comics and the one drunk guy. So it's like I feel like I would have got discouraged and quit. So
a lot of people do. Like, because that's so funny you mentioned that because my question I ask everybody is like, do you remember the first time you did stand up?
Yeah.
So your story is super different. A lot of people I ask, they say I quit after my first open mic and I tried it again later.
Yeah.
So like that makes sense. And your story is very unique.
Yeah. And I dated that witch. And then because of that, I met Tony and them. And then I just fucking.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I was dating this fucking witch.
Whoa.
And, I remember it. We went out to Latchkey back when Nether Hour played Sunday service at Latchkey, and I had never seen them before. But I've been playing music my whole life. I've been playing harmonica in a band since I was like 12.
Really?
So yeah. So when I walked in, I was like, damn, this band is like, they're not just weekend warriors. These guys are fucking good. And when I said that out loud, she goes, yeah, I used to fuck the lead singer. I used to date the guitar player, and I was like, well, I hope they get into a car accident on the way home, honestly. But I still met them, and then me and her split like a month later, and I saw them. Again, they opened up for Ellis Bullard, a good buddy of mine, and I hit it off with the lead singer, Bobby Flacco. And at that time, Kill Tony had an after party every Monday at Vulcan after the show.
Oh,
and they were the after party band. Wow. So me and Bobby just became really good friends, and he introduced me to Tony, and then the rest is fucking history.
So you met them before you went on Kill Tony?
Yeah, I'd known them probably about 3 or 4 months. Me and Bobby were like had a gay best friend kind of where we just send each other funny ass memes all the time, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, you're pretty funny. You should come do this Kill Tony shit. I had no idea what it was.
Holy shit.
Like the week before I signed up, because I signed up one time before and met Tony, and I didn't get called. And then the second time I signed up, the next week, following week, I got pulled. Whoa. I thought he wrote my name down and like just was like, hey, but I actually watched it back and he pulls my name out of it. So it's kind of fate, I guess, if you're into that gay shit.
That's so cool. It makes sense though.
Now I'm on this.
You were definitely supposed to be a comic, so it makes sense that it all lined up.
I don't know. I mean, I never really dreamed of doing comedy though. I never really fantasized about it because I grew up watching like, Whose Line Is Anyways and Mad TV and shit, some more improv based. But I never had no desire to be stand up, and it just kind of. I don't know. I was thinking about the other day, high as shit. I was like, the butterfly effect to like if Rogan and them don't move out of LA for COVID and come down here, it never happens. So there's so many things, so many dominoes have to fall because I never would have done that. I mean, I got popular on the internet, but I never was like, oh, hey, let me go out and perform. I didn't know how to monetize it like that. So yeah.
That is wild.
It's pretty wild.
Your story is so cool.
It's crazy. This couch is nuts Austin. Too. What is this made of? Sheep?
I don't know what it's made of.
It's incredible. This is a good couch.
Thank you. Okay, so you were in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you from?
Well, I was living in San Marcos.
Oh, okay. So close though.
Yeah, close. And then I'm from Houston or south of Houston, a little small village.
Oh.
And then I was in Oilfield for like 13 years. And then
you were?
Yeah. And then I started popping off on the internet with a stupid ass video I made about Miley Cyrus.
Really?
It got like 18 million views and I had 50,000 followers. First video I ever posted on TikTok.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, but can I have one more?
Yeah,
I'm gonna slam them.
As many as you want.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No, so like I made this. I had a private Facebook and a Snapchat at the time, and I was in Oldfield, and I'd make just stupid ass videos on Snapchat, and my friends would watch. And one of the boys I grew up with, I played baseball with, he was like, "Yo, send me these videos on Snapchat. I'm gonna make you a TikTok." And I didn't really know what TikTok was. I was like, "All right, yeah, fuck it." And so I make this video where I'm like, I get off of work and I was jogging. So I have my shirt off. I remember my eye was all busted up because I was wrestling and like fucked it up while I was wrestling.
Yeah.
And I was like, when Miley Cyrus said everybody in line for the bathroom trying to do lines in the bathroom, I was like, I felt that because I'm a cokehead.
Okay.
But my mom said I should quit, but summer's coming, so we'll see, And then like, I thought it was stupid as shit, but I sent it to him. I took a shower, went to bed, got up for work in the morning. I looked at the TikTok and it had like 18 million views. I had 50,000 followers, like that.
That's crazy.
It was wild. And then everything I posted would. And then finally they were like, yo, you can't do these videos out at work anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I was like, fuck this job. Because like I got on Kill Tony in that July of 2021.
Okay.
And then 2022, in January, I remember I was like telling my mom and them, because like I was making $500,000 a year.
Okay.
Directional drilling for ConocoPhillips. And I was like, so I got to tell, my daddy and my mom, I'm like, hey, I'm going to quit this job.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go be a comic. And my dad's like, that's fucking retarded, And I'm like, but if I don't leap, I don't want to ever know. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you're a grown man, do what you want. So I remember before the big HEB arenas on New Year's Eve, Tony had a Hinchcliffe and Friends at Vulcan.
Yep.
And it was the first time it was like 6 months into comedy. That was the first time I walked off stage. And I was like, damn, I fucking killed. Because you kill when comics come up to you and talk to you.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because I used to get off stage and nobody would talk to me. So I like, the difference. And it was the first time I remember like just like on stage, like riffing, and it was working. You know what I'm saying? Like I found the timing part of it.
That's
and then
cool.
I looked at my mom because I had my mom coming to town for it. And she goes, I mean, yeah, baby, if you want to do it, go do it. You got my blessing. So then the next day I went out to work. I remember I had a flat tire.
Yeah.
And they told me I needed to be on location. I go, fuck this job. I'm going to go be a comic. And I never looked back.
I love that.
Yeah, dude. Cinderella story. Now I'm gay.
That's how it always ends.
Yeah, it happens.
No, I think that's really amazing. So how many times had you done stand-up at that point, do you think?
So I was still working 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Okay.
Right? So I think I had done Kill Tony probably twice or 3 times.
Wow.
Maybe a little more, maybe 4. Okay.
But
it was like super early. And then I would do, a show here, show here. So I'd maybe had 30, 40 appearances of stage time at that point.
Wow.
And I was just like, fuck it, let's go do this. Because if you're going to do something, don't half-ass it.
I totally
just
agree.
whole-ass one thing, And like going out on the, because I go to work for 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, so I'd only have 2 weeks to jam everything in instead of, so I sold my house a couple months later and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to move to Austin. And I lived with Maverick and Dean and Kyle and fucking took off running ever since.
Damn.
Retarded, I know.
I love it. What was it like working in the oil field?
It was hot. It's in the desert. It's where dreams go to die, like in the middle of New Mexico and West Texas.
Because I've driven through.
It's terrible.
And I'm not from Texas, but I've lived here a long time. I never really left the area. I drove through to go to California when my sister was working
West
there.
Texas is wild.
I was like, oh my God, it's like the Matrix or something with all these machines just like for miles.
Oh, yeah. And I did like specialty drilling. So like, you don't just drill straight down and then you hit oil. That's not how it works. You drill down to like a certain TVD, true vertical depth, so like 10,000, 12,000 feet in the ground. And then the course of like the next 1,000 feet, you bend the pipe 90 degrees and you land it in a shell zone.
Okay.
And you go for 2 miles and you got to keep it in a 10-foot window. And I would steer the motherfucker.
What?
Yeah, it's like it's a specialty drill. It's like horizontal drilling. And so
that's crazy.
Was that like piloting a drone?
It was more like, so there's different, because there's old school rigs, like older rigs, you'd have to be on a brake handle. So like every time you let the brake up, it go, and it would like let the top drive down. And you drive, and like what it is in the ground, you put this tool, this 40-foot long, it's MWD, LWD, it's like measurement while drilling. So as you pump fluid down the hole, it has a transducer that picks up like spikes and it binary decodes it. And it tells you if you're pointed north, south, east, west.
Wow.
And so you would use that, but it happens, it updates every like 24 to 30 seconds. So like if you've ever drilled something with a hand, like we hand drill or something, and you hit something hard and it kicks you the other way, it's called reactive torque. And so what you would do is as you drill through certain types of rock, it has a reactive torque. Well, then you would put your torque nozzle in and you would spin the pipe to hold against that torque, and you'd hold that tool face. Wow. And then as you get like deeper, it gets harder, and you go through different type of stone, because sandstone and siltstone or limestone, they do different shit. And you're not just drilling in like a perfect formation. Yeah. Like if we lay out all the fucking different formations, it's not like that. It's curvature of the earth, like peaks, valleys. Sometimes you have to chase something going down, going up. It's wild.
What the hell?
I got real good at it, and then I made a fuck ton of money.
You did? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you go to school for that, or
no?
I
went to college for a semester, and I went home, or a year. I went home, got a summer job at my dad's place that he worked at, like sweeping floors.
Yeah.
And they saw I was pretty good with computers, and they're like, "Yo, you want to go out into the field and work?" And I was like, "Nah, I kind of want to go back to school." Yeah. And they're like, "You make $120,000 your first year." I'm like, "Fuck school, yeah, let's go do that."
Yeah.
Never look back.
Yeah, I probably would have done the same. They wouldn't have recruited me. I'm not good at computers or math or anything.
I don't know. You'd be a hell of a sales lady. There's
a
bunch of sales ladies out there. And like, they don't know shit about fuck. Selling pipe wrenches and flanges. They don't know shit about fuck, but they come out there with cookies and shit, and everybody's like, "Yep, we'll hire them. Yep, we'll run their shit." So yeah.
That is so funny. What do you think about, like, this is super random, but like, have you ever heard of like the super old tunnels that are under like some of the national parks and stuff?
Yeah, no, the tunnel system. Yeah.
Do you ever hit a tunnel?
I mean, you'll hit voids, like where, like, so I remember one time we were drilling, and like what it is like as you drill through these like perforated like zones, you sometimes can hit like a void, or the formation does what they call taking a drink. So like you have drilling fluid that's pushed down a hole, and it pushes all the cuttings, is the shit that you cut, a backup hole to keep the hole clean. But sometimes you hit like a fractured void, and all your fluid that's in the like down hole escapes out into the formation. Well, it balloons, so it'll fucking swell up and it'll push it all back. And when it does, that's when you see like, oh shit, it's coming to see us. So you got to fucking shut the BOP in, the blowout preventer, and then you got to shoot off a flare. I've seen flares, like just straight gas fire flares 100 feet in the fucking air, and you can feel the heat coming off of it. It's wild. And if you take a kick and you don't shut in, you could blow the rig up. Like there's some videos of like where they take a kick, didn't shut in the rams properly, and it starts pushing thousands of foot of pipe out of the hole. That's how much pressure. Like big steel pipe is flying out of the hole like spaghetti. It's wild.
Oh my
I've known people who've died. It's crazy. Yeah,
I wonder, like, have you ever? There's a movie, I can't remember the name. I saw it a long time ago.
Deepwater Horizon.
There must be that one. I've never seen that one, but it's like an old, like, it's about drilling for oil in like the 1900s.
Okay, is it the Beverly Hillbillies? Like where they shoot the thing and the oil comes up?
No, it's like
Deepwater Horizon is probably the closest It's the closest accuracy but that's
to
offshore.
what you were doing.
Because I was onshore. I never went offshore, but
Yeah.
they're offshore. And yeah, that actually happened when it blew out. And that's exactly what happens. It's wild. If you get a chance to watch it, it's great.
I'm going to watch it.
Marky Mark's in it. It's great.
There's the other one I'm thinking of. I just remember there was an explosion and it was the 1900s. And
yeah, that's back when the derricks were made out of wood.
Yeah.
Like not steel and shit. Yeah, that's back in the day.
But I don't remember the name. Somebody might. But that's really cool.
Was it Sector 7?
No.
Thunder Bay?
Nope.
The Rig?
Nope.
A lot of oil drilling movies.
Yeah, bunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like Landman, that show. But that's not more drilling. That's more like the business end of making land deals and shit like that. That's like company man land pin. Yeah.
Have you ever talked about drilling on a podcast before?
Yeah, in the beginning. Yeah, I mean, because people ask like, "What'd you do before comedy?" And then you know that.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty common question.
That's cool. I was a teacher before comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
You strike me as a teacher. Was second grade?
Very earlier. So like Montessori teaching.
What is Montessori?
It's basically daycare. I was like I worked with 18 months to 3-year-olds, and Montessori is like
you got changed diapers and shit?
I had assistants.
Oh, okay,
so
perfect.
like I was more of like the person. The idea was like to make the environment perfect so that the kids would just like find the things they wanted to do, and the idea was like they absorb their environment, so like keep it really clean, organized, and like make just like a bunch of activities that they can pick, and it was fun, and basically you just teach them how to like sweep and like self-care, how to clean an environment. It was fun. And I loved it, but it was kind of like a lot of responsibility. No, I thought it was super interesting because like toddlers are hilarious, and like all of a sudden one will just like attack the other for no reason.
Really?
So,
That's
like,
barbaric.
It was crazy. So like
Yeah.
I'd have to like get in the middle and be like, hey, wait, like, and like try to like, you're basically trying to teach them empathy, because if you don't learn empathy before 3, you'll never learn it.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't
So,
know that.
yeah.
That's
So
like a psychological thing.
yeah,
You ever
can't-
just fucking backhand one of them kids? Hey,
No.
quit doing that, boy.
No, so that was the thing too, is like we didn't do reward or punishment. So
What? That's anarchy. What?
I know it seems crazy, but what we would do is like instead of punishing, we would just be like, if say you're a kid, you're a toddler, and you have a shovel in the sandbox, and you smack another kid with your shovel, it would just show me that you were all done with the shovel. And I'd be like, I see you're all done with the shovel. Like, oh no, like that hurts.
Whoa.
And then so I'd take your shovel away, and then I'd let you try it again in like 2 minutes.
Wait. So you just let a kid hit another kid with a shovel and be like, oh, you're done using the shovel?
Well, basically,
You got to teach him how to stay. If a kid hit my kid with a shovel, I'd tell him, hit that motherfucker back with that same shovel.
well, they will.
Yeah, I
usually.
know. That's beautiful.
They will do it on their own, but basically what you want, like the idea was like, okay, so say Phil hits you with the shovel, and then you're crying.
Yeah. Then they get mad. Crying turns to anger, right?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on the kid. Like they all have their own like defenses they'll go to. But like say you're just sad for a minute because it hurt. I'd be like, oh no, Uncle Lazer is so sad right now. Like he's crying. Because we're just trying to like draw awareness to the other kids about like empathy. So I just model empathy. And then I would look at Phil and I'd be like, Phil, when you hit Uncle Lazer with the shovel, that really hurt him. That shows me you're all done with the shovel. And I would take the shovel, and then he would cry. And
that's a good. I never looked at it like that, but that is a good little approach.
Yeah, because they'll just
also wouldn't say no. That was like another rule.
Yeah,
like
we
the
didn't
word
say no,
was off limits.
but we did say other things. So it was just like it's just this like it's really good for early childhood. I didn't
child
work in
development,
the,
right?
Yeah,
essentially.
And it kind of just like it show because sometimes kids, if you give them a big reaction, they'll just keep doing things to get bigger reactions.
Yeah.
So
it
like
instills in their brain.
They
like,
don't know
this,
what's good or bad, really. So they just know, oh, when I did that, like that adult went nuts. So like, let me see if I can
do it
get
again
them
to get attention.
They like attention.
I like that.
So basically, instead of giving the attention to the hitter, I just would give the attention to the one that got hit, and then like it would usually work itself out. But it was funny, and like they kind of act like, I don't know, like to me, toddlers just act like they're on mushrooms all the time. You know,
really?
Like because they're just so like in such a different state of mind. So they're really funny, and like going from inside to outside was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Like sometimes somebody would just start crying because they were outside all of a sudden. Like, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It was like really interesting. But the hardest thing for me was just like, I mean, at that age, things can happen. Like SID still happens. I don't know if you know what that is.
What is SID?
Sudden infant death. Like where a kid just goes
wild.
to take a nap and dies. Like
what?
That can happen.
They just take a nap. I know like foot and mouth disease where
they just die. And it's like they stop breathing and no one really understands it. Like they're like trying to figure it out. I think pacifiers help. But anyway, like I was just like, there's so little, something could happen at nap, one of them could just leave the physical realm and then I would have guilt the rest of my life because like they're so young and I don't know.
It just scared pacifiers help that?
Like a pacifier helps, yeah.
I stayed on a pacifier until I was 7.
You did? Well then
I was breastfed until I was 4.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you survived it, and
I miss
you never had SIDS.
I miss it, yeah.
Yeah, I was also breastfed, and I also miss. Just kidding.
I miss a good titty every now and again, dude.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know. It was fun, and it was a lot of responsibility, and then you have to deal with parents too, and it's like.
Yeah, I feel like parents suck.
Yeah, like sometimes they did, and sometimes they were just, or sometimes they would feel guilty that they had to bring their kid, to school when they're that little.
Rich parents too.
Well, yeah, when you said monastery, I knew it wasn't great. I was like, oh, okay, that's a specialty.
Yeah, and it was super fun, but like just a lot of responsibility. And then I felt like I started doing it, like I was kind of young when I started teaching, so I felt like I kind of didn't get to have much fun in my early 20s. And I was trying to be like super.
How old are you now?
I'm 33.
Oh, shit. Okay. I thought you were way younger than that.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, people think I'm younger than I am sometimes, which makes me happy.
That's good.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
35? Okay, so we're around the same age.
Same age, yeah.
Yeah. But so yeah, I always wanted to do comedy, so I'm like happy I'm doing it now. And I feel like sometimes I do look at like comics as toddlers. I know that sounds crazy.
Yeah, they're retards.
But like if one of them like says something fucked up to me, I'll just be like, I hear you.
Let me ask you this: since you're good looking chick in the scene and stuff like that, you ever feel like negativity against you and shit like that? You gotta get that all the time because I come in very brash and abrasive, and I didn't go the open mic route, so I got a lot of shunned bullshit in the beginning.
Did?
Fuck yeah, I'm still digging out that because it's like, look, then on my podcast I have my main feature who I take on the road, Mikazio, and he's been in comic for 20 years. He's on Jay Leno and shit.
Oh, cool.
But he was telling me, he's like, dude, all these comics have this mentality where like, oh, this other person's, if they're getting a spot, it's taken away from me. And it's like, I'm like, dude, we're all doing 10 minutes. Like, I don't, it's like, be better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's so true.
But I mean, I am a big proponent on, you fuck up the opportunities that get presented to you if you're not properly prepared for them. I've hurt myself because I used to be like, my daddy would tell me, just get me to the door. Mm-hmm. I'll learn how to open it. Like, curiosity didn't kill the cat, hesitation did, right?
I hear, I hear that.
But like, there are times where like you need to be properly like set for that moment, or because you can fuck your shit up if not.
I know that scares me to think about that because like sometimes I am just diving into things where I'm like, I don't have a lot of experience. Like I have a show, but I had never hosted before. So I'm just like learning how to host on my show that I have. And so, and I do feel sometimes people will compare like other comics to themselves and be like, it's like competitive, but not in a healthy way. Cause like you can't control anybody's career.
No, and like you kind of just have to like, I root for everybody.
Yeah, me too.
Like if a win's a win, fuck yeah, go get that shit. You know
and
what I'm saying?
I don't look at it like, oh, there's not enough spots and like, all of that. But it's just kind of like, it's like golf. You just have to like work on your own game.
You got to work.
And
it's an individual. Because like I remember like like essentially I went to the first like out of town show. Like I went to Florida. I had like 4 sold out shows in Tampa, and I walk in and I have a predominantly redneck crowd in Tampa, and I see this young black kid with sweats and slides and fucking braids, and I go, "Who's this?" And he goes, "That's who's gonna be opening featuring for you." And I go, "Okay, we'll see how that goes over." And it was Cam.
Whoa!
And Cam walks out, and 2 minutes into his set. Now I hadn't been in comedy that long, but I knew a star when I seen one. When you got a goddamn pizzazz. And I walked out there and I watched him for 2 minutes, and I watched him every set for the rest of the fucking weekend. Yeah. And at the end, I came up to him. I was like, "Hey, man, I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing, but I don't know shit about fuck, but I know that you have this it thing, and you should come into Austin and stay with me for 2 weeks, and let me get you on some shows. And you should try out for this show called Kill Tony." And he calls his daddy and he's like, "Hey, this crackheaded ass white boy wants me to come down there to Austin to do some shows with him." And so they came out like a week later, and I got him on a couple shows, and he kind of started doing his thing. And I think he was here for like 2 or 3 weeks. But the last Monday,
I'm so sorry.
You're good. The last Monday that he was here to sign up for Kill Tony, he got pulled, and the rest is history. And Tony was like later. Tony said some shit about, oh yeah, you basically just brought your replacement on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't look at it like that.
Funny.
It's like Cam was ready for that moment.
And you guys are very different.
Yeah, no, we're super different. But I mean, like, they were looking for a new regular, but the episode like that, when I got back from that Tampa trip, I got on stage and I'd been eating a bunch of mushrooms with William Montgomery.
Nice.
And I had to go and do a minute. And it was a terrible minute because I was dog shit then. But me and Tony get in an argument. Well, because I brought a fucking bottle of Crown Royal on stage, and I told him I had more followers than him. His hairline was thinning, and like to this day, I've never watched that episode back.
Oh, really?
I have my brother there with me, and I get off stage, and my brother goes, "Hey man, we should just go." It was the worst bomb ever.
Oh,
it was
man.
so bad, and I had to go home and like face that shit. But like that's what I'm saying. Like I root for people in the sense of like, yo, Cam, like you got it, so come get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to facilitate the shit. You know, like I don't get jealous about shit. If someone's doing better than me, it's because they're putting in that motherfucking effort. I need to be better. I'm not gonna be mad at them at the opportunities that they seized. You know,
that's
just be better.
Healthy though. Like that's the healthy way of
root
looking
against
at it.
people.
Yeah, I totally
So this
agree.
competitive nature in this comedy game, and that's why I asked, because being like, you know, because I know like they mostly they like. Comics are like, girls aren't funny. She's only getting these spots because she's hot. And I'm like, whoa, my mom's the funniest motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
Oh, really? I love that.
And she's hot as fuck, too.
So I'm
like, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. That's just what it is.
I like that a lot. That's cool. Yeah, I've always, like, when I was, like, one of the first, my dad's dead now, but one of, like, the first things I ever did that got a really big reaction was a little, like, joke I told when I was, like, 2. To my sister, because my sister's older and I would like to fuck with her, so like I would just say this joke like again and again and again, and it would make my dad just like die laughing. So I think that's probably like the moment where I was like,
I'm funny.
I like being funny and I like making people laugh. So like I think it happened like very early on. My dad was really funny, but yeah, sometimes that does happen where I don't know, like it's not as bad as it was, and I don't really know why. I don't know what changed, but it was kind of bad at one point where a couple times like people were like super, I don't know, like mad at me for no reason. Like I went up, I think it was like Shakespeare's. I did my set. I was like super early comic, maybe 3 months in. Did my set, went off. I got a couple laughs, went off the stage, and then the guy went up after me was like, if anybody laughed at her jokes, it's just because you want to fuck her.
Yeah, but see, that's so gay.
It was weird.
But that's so, but then like literally what he does right there, this shit pisses me. I hate this fucking shit.
It was weird.
Because look, dude, most comics are faggots. I'm going to be honest with you. They're nerds that I used to push in the fucking, like, look. I mean, like, I learned real quick. I was like, oh, these guys are great writers. They know how to do the art of stand-up. But what a lot of these comics fail are like, yo, at the end of the day, right? You're just you're trying to pick up a chick at a bar with stand-up, right? You just got to be smooth. And just because it ain't the way of which they would have done it, to go on behind you and shit on you like that, fuck you, dude.
And then he didn't have any jokes.
He didn't have any. He was just as bad.
He didn't
just
have any jokes.
Dude, I hate that. It's like, dude, watch it, because that essentially what he did right there is low-hanging fruit in comedy. It's like saying retard or you know, when black people say, like there's reach words that will elicit a response regardless of what scenario it's in, because it's a low-hanging fruit word. You know what I'm saying? So literally him going up there and shitting on you behind you, he's doing the same shit.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, dude, fuck that guy.
That was one of my proud moments in comedy, because I went up after that guy, and he bombed completely. He didn't get any laughs. So I just went up and I said, yeah, I guess everybody who laughed at him wanted to fuck him.
Because nobody.
Zink, beautiful.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful. Yeah, dude, I hate that shit. Can we say his name on air? Who was it?
I don't know who he is.
So he's nobody.
Yeah.
Who? We can get it in post. I'd bite his fucking nose off. I did that the other night at my show in Phoenix. Really? Swear to God. Because look, I come out. I done 5 shows at the House of Phoenix up there, and I come out in there, and look, I like signing titties. It's no sweat off my brow. I'll sign anybody's titties, you know. And this beautiful young girl comes up, and she like taking pictures. Once we sign her titties, she's like, hey, I had some after parties lined up in Phoenix because I have a lot of guys out there that I know that own clubs. Nice. So I was like, she's like, me and my girlfriends want to go to the after party with you. I said, yeah. She goes, you should ride with us. And I said, all right. I said, look, let me go get paid. Let me go get my check and square up, and then we'll leave. I said, y'all just hang out in the bar area right here. So I come out after getting my check, and I walk up, and it's like her and 3 of her friends, and there's this dude and a wife beater, and he's calling her like a cunt, a bitch, a whore, and he's hollering at her. And I was raised by a single mother in the South. Like, you don't talk to women like that. But
Yeah.
If it's her boyfriend, that's different. That's their business. You still shouldn't talk to a woman like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not Captain Save-A-Ho. You know, that's y'all's business. You shouldn't have picked this retard. But
can't save
I asked her friend, and I was like, hey, is that girl's boyfriend or what? She goes, we don't know that guy. He just walked up to us, tried to buy her a drink, and she politely declined. Now he's hollering at her. And I said, hey, boy, you can't talk to a fucking female like that if you don't shut the fuck up. I'm going to fuck you up. He goes, what are you going to do about it, faggot? I go, I'm going to bite your nose. And I bit him on the fucking nose.
I love that.
Bit him, and then we get a little tussle, and they separate us. And, she's like, hey, you don't know me. I don't know you. I know you just performed here all weekend. This probably isn't a good look. We should just go.
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
like, all right, bet.
Nice.
And so we walk outside. We're walking to her car, me, her, and her friends. Security's got him. They escort him out the other way. We go around the side. And then I hear, fuck you, faggot. And he's running at me in a dead sprint. He's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I've been in enough fights to know if you're running to come get this, we're not talking anymore. Yeah. We're squaring up. And so I circle out from behind the girls, and I try to square with him. Well, he barges over, like, all of them and knocks one down, like hits one, essentially. And when he did, I just bow. And when I say bow, I swung and I completely missed him.
Oh, fuck.
It was like trying to punch somebody in a dream. I was like, oh shit.
Fuck.
And he takes my legs. But I wrestled my whole life in high school and shit. So
yeah.
I just sprawled, put my this is illegal in wrestling, but I fucking fish hooked him in the nose and rolled his ass over. And I got on top of him.
Yeah.
And put my fucking arm in his throat, my forearm. And I was like, listen, motherfucker, I could kill you right now. I said, you're bested. I could kill you. I said, but that's not what I want to do. I said, what I want to do is I want to go back to this after party. I want to try to fuck this girl. And you're fucking that up for me, God damn it. I said, look, man, I'm going to let you up. You're going to apologize, and you're going to get in your fucking car. And I said, if you try to be anything slick, I'll take you down and get it, and then I'll fuck you up for free. All right? I punched him twice just for missing the first time. But But when I let up off of him, he's like, I know when a guy quits, you can feel it. And he's like, I'm sorry, man.
Whoa.
I was like, it's okay, man. He goes, you had a great set tonight. He was there at the show the entire time. I go, what are you doing, boy?
What?
But it turned out, because I fucked that girl till the morning time, she's like, we're not going to the after party. You saved me. We're going to my house.
Damn.
And we made love to I hadn't been fucked like that since grade school. So
wow.
What a treat.
I love that for you. Yeah. That's like a scene in a movie or something.
It was crazy. I was like, I was thinking about on the drive home, like, that boy just probably wrote my closer. Like,
damn.
I mean,
I love it.
It's such a misdirect, but it caught me off guard too.
It's captivating. It's
because
he like
gets up
story.
and I'm anticipating him trying to fight again, and he just goes, "Sorry, man. Like, you had a great set tonight." So he's at the show the entire time. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
That's crazy.
But it worked out, because if I don't stand up for that girl's honor, we go to that after party. Yeah, maybe we do, maybe we don't. But she was like, she was bring a mop. She was like, "We're not going to that after party. We're going to drop my friends off. We're going to my place to after party."
That.
I was like, yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, you must have the craziest like experiences, because I feel like you do have a really big fan base, and like, I don't know, like I've never, that just sounds crazy, you know, like, and you probably have so many women in your DMs and stuff, or just at your shows. And
men too. It's weird.
And men too.
Yeah. But look, you
attract the type of fan that will fight you and then also tell you good set.
Yeah. He was honest, at least, and he was like, you got me, and you had a good set.
Probably one of the craziest things is, because I'm going to Nebraska this weekend. It's sold out, which is cool. But last time I went to Nebraska, I did like a meet and greet thing. Yeah. Like where people paid to do that, which I don't like doing that. Like, whatever. But a woman came in there she had like a sling around. I thought it was a baby. And she unvelcroed it. I go, well, that's not a baby. And she pulled out like a thermos, like a Yeti cup. It was full of breast milk that she just pumped in her car on the way in.
Funny.
And she offered it to me and be impolite not to drink it. So I shared a breast milk with a lady.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's delicious.
I've never had breast milk
when
as an adult.
When you were talking about like breastfeeding until you were 4 earlier, I almost like, it would have been too early for me to interrupt in the episode, but I almost asked you when the last time you had breast milk is.
Yeah, last year in Nebraska.
That's a fan. That's a real fan.
Yeah, no, it was delightful.
That is crazy.
Don't like lifters and shit like pay a lot of money?
Yeah, so when I was doing tests in DECA back when I was in the oil field, I'd lift all the time. And honestly, the lady down the street had a child and she was breastfeeding. I would buy her excess milk and freeze it. Yeah, because it's the most nutrient based liquid there is. I mean, that's all the essential shit that a growing child needs. Wow. So it helps with protein powder and shit. It's badass. Yeah.
Whoa. Have you ever heard of colostrum? It's also comes from, it's like a milk product, but it's like the first milk, it's called. So women have it, and anyone who breastfeeds, like it's like the stuff that comes out before the milk comes out.
Really?
And you can buy that too as a powder, and it's supposed to be good for healing your gut and like inflammation, and it's super healthy.
No
I
shit.
just ordered some. I'll let you know how it
Nice.
goes. But I've never had real breast milk. I'll have to try that. That's so cool. Yeah, I think it's cool too that you can beat people up. Like I've never beaten anyone. I've never been in a fight in my life, so I don't even know who I am. I feel because I don't know what I would do in a fight.
I mean, I've got my ass whooped. I mean, I got my ass whooped at Skankfest with Jason Ellis.
Oh
And
yeah,
that was a weird. That was the weirdest.
Is that
thing.
out yet?
I mean, I don't know if they. I think it was a live stream thing. I don't even know if you
We
can.
saw footage of it in like one of like the Skankfest roundup things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But-
saw you fighting him.
What was crazy though is because like, if you don't know Jason Ellis, he's 54,
Whoa.
New Zealand dude. He used to skateboard with Tony Hawk back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But like he works out. He's a professional fighter. Like he
Okay.
still fights. And he's tattooed head to toe, New Orleans accent. So it's like he's basically like the final boss of the Aryan Brotherhood that you would fight in prison. Like he's fucking. But I'm like, look, I'm just gonna call him out for the show, you know.
Except he's also gay.
Well, but he used to be, and then now he's not. Look, I don't know, but I know I was like, because they wanted me to do like the battle royale and like fight, 16 people in the ring. But I'm like, fuck that.
I would die.
I'm like, I'm gonna put the attention on myself. So I just fucking WWE styled into the ring when Gomez called me up, and I started talking shit to Jason because we're homies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I called him out to like, for the show, right? Well, I get back there into the green room the day of the fight, and I'm wearing Sheaf boxers. Shout out Sheaf.
Nice.
And I'm barefooted. And he shows up in pink shoes, boxing shoes, pink trunks, pink robe, pink gloves. And I go, oh, he like fights. And I'm like, I used to fight back I used to box. I was like,
yeah.
But I go up to him, I go, hey man, are we gonna like spar? We're gonna kind of like, get after it, put on a show. What's the kind? He goes, oh mate, just listen for the music. And I was like, I don't know what that means.
What the fuck?
He said, and I said, no, are we like, what are we doing here? He goes, oh mate, we're just gonna dance. I go, stop talking in riddles. Are we gonna fucking fight or what? What are we gonna do? And he leans in and kisses me on the forehead like a newborn child. He goes, I'm gonna butt fuck you, mate.
Oh no,
Like, that's not good,
Shit.
Was there any part of you that thought you might be able to beat him?
I mean, look, I didn't think I'd go in there and whoop his ass, but I didn't think I was gonna go in there and just because everybody, you can hear it because I lasted like 2.5 rounds and you can hear everybody like he's lasting, and I was throwing. There's one where he swings and I duck and I like comboed him like 5-piece combo, and it looks great on camera. But like I had been doing blow and Adderall the entire weekend. I was more worried about having cardiac arrest from all the extracurricular activities. But dude, at one point during the fight, he put his hands down and he goes, "Hit me," and I jabbed him and he goes, "Now, faggot, hit me," and I go, "Bop bop," and he goes, "Now we're dancing." And he proceeded to slip and hit me in my fucking kidney.
Oh,
He hit me in my kidney so hard I thought my fucking water broke.
What the fuck?
Dude, at that moment in time, I was like, I've actually never been in a fight with a real man. I've said I've screamed at women a time or two, but I don't think I've ever been in a physical altercation. That shit hit me, and I was like, it's like Operation when you hit the side and the nose goes off through your whole body. And I just, ah!
Aren't you not allowed to do that in real fights usually, or you can?
No, you can't.
Oh.
Yeah, they have like the little thing that kind of helps guard, but
okay.
I'm in boxers.
Fuck.
So he stings me in that, and I go, oh, and I just fell, yeah.
And
It
then
was
you
wild.
were out after that,
Yeah,
or
dude,
okay.
I was like, nah, because he did knock me down like 2 or 3 times, but once he hit me in that kidney, that's a different shot.
That's
that like
completely different.
everywhere hurts, not just your face,
God.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I really could have done that at any point. Like, is that the feeling you got?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, because
Holy
early on,
shit.
that's the thing. All it is like, it's your stamina, and I'm not training for the shit. So after you throw 40, 50 punches with them big ass gloves on, you kind of start getting winded. And that's what I was kind of just, fuck. Like my heart's beating real fast. I'm like, I'm going to have cardiac arrest.
Oh
so
my
I'm kind of
God.
a little slower together. Now he's hitting me and I'm guarding. And then he just goes, wham. And I go, ah.
Whoa.
Water broke, everything. I had a child right there in the ring. Yeah.
Damn. That is so wild. Like you have balls though to fight him.
Yeah, but it was first because Skankfest, and then I did naked roast, and I was
Okay.
like, I didn't have to do that. I was already a professional performer, but like, no, I want to do naked roast. And
Yeah?
I remember I get there, and I'm the last the battle, and once again, been doing cocaine all day, and my wiener is my belly button sticking out farther than my wiener at this point, and I go, oh, that's not good.
Wait. So naked roast, you're literally naked?
4,000 people in the main room, and I'm roasting Celia. You know who Celia is? Big Mexican girl, comic.
I think I do.
You probably have.
Yeah, I think I do.
But I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. But then, like I said, doing cocaine, I'm like, I'm shriveled. My belly button is literally sticking out farther than my wiener, and I'm like, this ain't good. So I go in the janitor's closet, and I'm trying to get flow to it, get a little blood flow going, fluff it up.
You needed a penis pump.
Yeah, I needed something because whatever, I was like, fuck, whether it was nerves or the drugs. But I remember walking up on stage, and I found some baby powder in the back, and I put a bunch of baby powder all over me, and I kept going, and it would blow off of me. And I walked up to my guy, I go, look, I don't know whose wiener this is. This ain't my wiener. I said, somebody CGI'd a baby wiener on me because this is not my wiener, dude. But it turned out to be like the best roast of the weekend. So
really?
But yeah, thank God it wasn't filmed because I'm like, God damn.
Okay, so a lot of it's not filmed.
None of it's filmed. Not at Naked Roast. No, they shut everybody. It's like the Mothership or Sunset. They put your phones in a bag.
That is good, and it's just the people who are in the room. They can't post
about
4,000
people in
just
the room.
only the 4,000
yeah.
in the room. Hey, that's nothing compared to probably the followers you have.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's crazy. Hey, Phil, I think you left the fridge open because it keeps beeping.
I was gonna say, it's a good thing you didn't take a Blue Chew because that can like kill you if you're like doing
really.
blow.
Yeah, so I don't mix that stuff with it.
Yeah.
That's how I just judge good cocaine if I can still get hard on it.
So what exactly is naked roast?
Oh, you
get
go
naked and then the crowd roasts you?
No, you roast your counterpart.
It's
a roast battle.
It's a literal battle.
It's literally roast battle. You're just completely butt ass naked.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
completely
Sorry,
butt
I don't
ass
know
naked.
why I didn't understand
No,
the concept, but it makes sense
Yeah.
now. Man, that sounds so like you have to have guts to do all that.
And I know like a lot of the people, I was a professional performer. I know there was another girl on there that was, but a lot of comics, they're not gonna subject themselves to that. But guys and gals that don't have an official spot on the roster at Skankfest, they do it, and it allows them to be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a an opportunity in a way.
And if you like to roast, and
I'm not, I wouldn't call myself an exquisite roaster, but I mean, I know how to fucking clown somebody, and I got my guys who I know roast that I take with me everywhere.
Yeah.
And so like me and Mike Eaton were in the hotel room like the day before. Put him on. It was a great roast.
Yeah, he's funny.
I fucking love Mike.
He's so funny.
He's the best to take on the road because he knows all the food spots.
He does.
I had the best Reuben sandwich of my life in the middle of Detroit.
I love Reuben sandwiches.
I love a fucking good Reuben.
I haven't had a good one in a long time, to be honest.
His name is Eaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey is Eaton. Yeah.
I love that. That's so cool.
He's got a sundae, like a shake, a milkshake tattooed on his fucking fist. He eats.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to do the naked roast. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
Essentially, you got to look at it like you already go up on stage and it's already uncomfortable.
It could be funny. I guess.
It could be very funny, especially if your roast is good. You know what I'm saying?
If I roasted really good.
If you roasted well, then it's just brownie points on top of that. Because, like, look,
if
you want to get ahead in life, like, a lot of people say no, where I don't say no. Like,
I don't like to say no either, yeah.
I go do the shit. Like, fuck it, because you never know who you're going to meet, what door that's going to open. And, like, you can't make memories while you're sleeping.
True.
You know what I'm talking about? So,
is it full naked or you?
Yeah, baby. It's cock and balls, tits and ass.
Can you get painted?
No, it's completely naked.
Damn. Okay, I don't know.
And she when Celia's, she's a bigger Mexican gal. She walks out and unravels her titty and has like lollipop suckers that she throws out to the crowd.
Whoa.
Off jump, and I go, oh fuck, we're about to battle here.
Yeah.
There's a little pageantry.
Who won?
So she ended up winning. So it was extreme. Like, look, and I don't care win or lose. That doesn't bother me. And I won't say her name on this podcast because it pissed me the fuck off. But like, dude, our shit was the best roast of the night. Turned out to be the best roast of the weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we're like deadlocked. Like, she told me because you got to write the bio. You got to give them a bio and stuff.
Yeah.
She told me she tried to kill herself, and I was like, Celia tried to kill herself, but then someone told her the McRib was back. You know what I'm saying? And like we had zingers back and forth. We were counterpunching like two heavyweights. And I don't care win, lose, or draw, but what it felt like to me, honestly, if you're looking at the product of the show that we're putting on, first judge goes to her, second judge goes to me, third judge goes to her by law of nature. All right, it'd be one thing if it's a landslide, but the fourth judge, hey, just give it to the audience to vote. To clap, to put it up. Like there's so this, and it was a girl, and I won't say who it was because it fucking made me so goddamn mad. I almost said something to the bitch after the show, but I was like, I probably don't need to do that.
Say it, I'll bleep it.
No, not even gonna say it because I don't want to. I'm because I have it very very much pissed me off. But she says all this shit all this nice shit about Celia's roast, and then she goes, yeah, and Uncle Lazer's a guy, so Celia wins. And I'm like, come on. I was
That's
like,
not
come on.
fair.
I go, come on. How much more? Dude, it fucking.
That's not fair.
Yeah, it's sexism reversed, dude. I get it all the time.
That girl didn't watch like WWE. Like you gotta have some level of WWE.
Oh no, she watched it, but for some reason, and I've met her on several occasions, and I've been nothing but nice to her. In the green room, I said hi, what's up, hello to her. She just cold shouldered me, like big dick me, like I wasn't nobody, and I go.
That's interesting.
So I already felt it was at. You know what I'm talking about?
That's not fair. It should
no,
be like,
it's not fair.
It should be like jury duty, where you can't have any personal opinions about the person. You just have to. If you have a vendetta, you can't judge that person.
Racist. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
I don't know. Like if somebody doesn't like you, they shouldn't be on the panel.
Yeah, But I mean,
she should sat that one out.
Well, it's not in the big of a pond like selecting a jury duty because the guests have to be, or the guest judge have to be naked too.
Whoa!
So it's hard for people getting that.
They're naked, but they're sitting.
But they're sitting.
Sitting's still
it's
better
different
because it kind of hides your genitalia a bit.
Yeah.
I think I'd only be able to do it if I. Have you ever seen those things that hookers used to wear in like the early 1900s? I think
the flappers.
I don't know. It's like a fake pube. It's like a toupee for your vagina.
Oh, I did not know that.
They used to hide. Because like having really big pubes was like in style, so they would like glue fake pubes.
I'm glad that's not in style anymore.
But if I was on that, I'd have to get a fake one and glue it on.
That'd be funny.
My vagina.
That would be fucking, or like braid it or something.
Yeah,
I thought about shaving the Mickey Mouse ears into my pubic hair for the occasion.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah,
that would be
good.
Next year.
Next year. There's always next year.
Oh, I love that. I've only done a couple of roast battles. Like me and Phil went against each other, and he won. And then
how's that roasting your? How long y'all been
hard.
Together?
Not
a year. Nice. So I mean, what's that like roasting your partner?
Well,
you say some hurtful shit or not? Or
I kind of was being mean, and he wasn't being that mean. But everything I'd say, he'd be like, "It's pretty cool though." Like, and he had the angle of like everything I would say. He was like, "Yeah, but I'm kind of cool because of that," and so it worked. And,
played into it.
Yeah, it worked really well, and he did deserve to win. And I kind of knew he was gonna win, but I was like, "Oh well, I don't want to say no either to anything."
No, you got to take them opportunities. But like I said, with that, you got to,
I think the best one I had on her was like, I think Kate's like a little insecure about the fact that she's 33, but honestly, I could care less about her IQ.
Yeah. That was a good one.
I like that.
I had some good ones too, but I also think the audience was
about my name. I think that was your best one.
I don't remember. What was it?
Well, also too, what I learned, because like with the roast and stuff too, it's like it still is timing. My timing's bad. And you'll get that with progression and like repetition, because it takes a minute, because there's a difference between being funny in the garage with your homies or at a party.
Yeah.
And then formatting that on stage in a structured alignment that would resonate with complete strangers, right?
Yeah.
We're all funny, right?
For
but
sure.
like you got to have like the little niche things that like how to lay it out and like build suspense for a huge pop or build callbacks. There's different ways of doing it, and it just repetition, and then you start learning. Okay, sit still right here, because I do a lot of shit on stage now because nobody likes silence. It's awkward, but if they're quiet, they're listening, which is a good thing.
That's true.
But in that, there's still that vulnerability of sitting in silence, and it's awkward. So what I've learned over the course of doing this shit, I start doing facial gestures with my face, and I can say so much shit physically without saying a fucking word. Like I'll be like, like the lizard thing, like it, because all that is a timing mechanism that allows you to sit and not step on laughs. And you can sit. There's some things I'll say I can hold for fucking 30 seconds with just a.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
But you just learn that with repetition, and like where, most people, because I got thrust out going on the road. I quit my job. I'm like, I can sell tickets. Let me go. So I'm doing an hour when I can't even do 5 minutes. I remember I took out a fucking box fan on stage and elbow dropped it. Busted my elbow all open. Just gimmick shit. But as you keep doing it, where most people are lucky to get, let's call it 45 minutes, an hour every week in Austin, every 2 weeks, like set time, like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes. I'm doing 5 hours every weekend. So you got no choice. But with that repetition, I started learning things a lot quicker because I didn't have much stage time in Austin. You see what I'm saying? So I think, intuitively, it's like you just kind of go what you got, and you just like, yo, It's sink or swim, and you figure it the fuck out. Trial by fire, I think is what they call
I
it.
love
Yeah.
that. That's such a unique like perspective. And I don't know, like when you were saying too how like what your experience was with like having followers already and like just getting on Kill Tony a lot, having to do an hour. So you just had you would think about like kind of act out type stuff to fill the hour
I
or
mean, I had jokes, right?
yeah.
Or what I thought, or stories per se,
Stories are
funny
good.
stories, shit.
Yeah.
But like,
I love stories.
I didn't understand the timing and the sense of writing a correct joke, like formatted and structured in a stand-up way, right? And just through time, like the stories always matter. My stories, like, because like when I look at a comic, I can tell the difference between a funny writer, okay, and someone that actually did that. Like when I tell you about something, you can smell what it smelled like there. Because I'm not
Mhm.
writing it from a place of imagination. I'm writing it from a place of experience. So there's
Yeah.
little nuances that you
I
can
love
capture that people who the best writers in the world would know exactly how that went down. Those minor details can change the trajectory of the entire joke. But also what helps that is timing. Okay.
that. Okay.
It's certain ways to set up callbacks. Like when we all get when you're a good comic, a great comic or whatever,
Mhm.
you know, everybody's funny. What makes you memorable? What makes you stand out? What makes it when them people who don't know you go home from that show and they follow you and look you up? You know what that is? It's called relatability. It's because you are
Yeah.
selling a product to a crowd of people. You aren't selling it to comics. I'm not a comics comic by any
Yeah.
stretch of the imagination.
Right.
But Red Band told me, he's like, yeah, but it's what you say and how you say it. You resonate with people. It's like you don't want to be a comics comic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All you got to do is move tickets. But when I get out there that early, I'm just a shitty stand-up comic. So that hurt me because I've gone to those markets since and that appeal wasn't as big. But now that I've gotten better, then the word gets around like, oh, hey, look at the growth. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Where most comics, by the time they hit the road, they've done put in 5 years in the fucking circuit and now they're road
Whoa.
dogs where I just got fucking thrust
You
into this
were
shit
already you're a road dog before you
when I was a
were
dog shit open micer,
when you were a
essentially.
puppy.
Exactly.
You were a road dog as a puppy.
Road puppy.
You were just
Roadkill.
a road kill. No, I think you did good even back then because you're very authentic. And do you know what's really a weird thing and might not be true, but I heard somewhere that they measure the human like emotions, and do you know what the most powerful one is?
Which one?
Authenticity.
Yeah.
And so you are very authentic, and so you bring that to the stage
Yeah.
and and you bring that to like your online stuff. People feel that, and that's like what you were saying, like that's what makes you memorable, and like
It's
that's what makes you connect with people because you're like telling your real
and,
stories and stuff.
and it's like Jimi Hendrix or Steve Ray Vaughan.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a song I've never heard by them, but I hear the guitar lick, I know it's them right off jump, right?
Yeah.
That authenticity in the way of you, which like Shane. You know, everybody likes Shane. Not only is he a phenomenal fucking comic, but you'd get a beer with that guy. That
Yeah,
guy
he's
could
a
get
cool
a beer
guy.
with. It's like there's little nuances that take you from being a great writer, being a great stand-up comic, and then being that next level of shit because it's like, yes, that is a very funny joke. That guy can write a joke way better than I can. But can he say it like I say it? Can
Yeah.
he sit in it and smell it like I can smell it? And I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's for good, better, or worse. It's just at the end of the day, all I'm trying to do is pick up a chick at a bar.
I love that. That is so funny. And like I love that you end it with that. But I think also what you were saying about like it resonated with me because I'm still learning how like my style. I'm still learning
Your voice.
my voice. I don't
Mm.
have a voice still and I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And so sometimes I will write a joke that I think is funny because it's like has a punchline, but I don't feel good saying it because it's not true. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel right or something. But I'm like saying it because I'm like, I want to laugh, something to laugh. So it's like some of the jokes are real though, and some I like to say. So it's like I'm trying to focus on writing about things I
Let me
like
give
to
you a piece
say.
of advice. And
Yeah.
I'm nobody give nobody advice, but this is something I learned.
No, I love advice.
With the lack of amount of open mics that I, did not do. Okay?
Yeah.
And look, I know I talk shit on them, but there are benefits of going to an open mic and saying shit for the first time on stage in front of a crowd. Like, I understand its purpose. But what I've learned, and what a lot of people I think lack, a lot of the older heads for sure, look, dude, social media, that tool, okay? My daddy told me if I can get you to look, I can get you listen. So, like, how am I going to, like, I'll say a premise of a joke in a rant or a reel, right? I'll see the response it gets to how it does. And I'm like, essentially, that's my open mic. But also a further step, right? Everyday life, you encounter people. So when I go to a bar or I go to a party or I'm out doing anything, I'm not saying, hey, tell them your fucking stand-up joke. Don't do that. Because if you do that, you're a faggot. Don't do that. Don't be a comic.
You can't let them know.
But there are tags and there is verbiage and there are lines that I use in a joke, but I use that in a real world setting.
I do that too.
And that, because then I remember what response that elicited. Was that funny? And I go, all right, that's a tag somewhere. That's a good setup somewhere. That's a build. Your world is your oyster.
I do that too.
It is your open mic.
Yep.
That is picking up a person at a bar. You got to be slick. You got to be cool. They might have a fat friend trying to cockblock. They might have a boyfriend trying to stalk. But you got to navigate those waters. But at the end of the day, those people who you're talking to at that bar are the people that are going to buy tickets to your show.
Yeah.
Not right, because I've had a hard time writing with like more established comics because they write from a sense of stand-up, right? And I don't necessarily, not saying I don't write to a stand-up ability, but the way of which I'll do things and my cadence will lend to my writing ability. Not all writers do that. And so it took me a while to find someone I trusted to bounce shit off of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you find your niche of boys or your girl, or I mean, I take a lot of women on the road with me too, like funny ass, just women who cut up. And it's just because what I like to do when I fly to a city and we got to get a rental car, I want motherfuckers in that car that we're going to talk shop. We're going to talk game. We're going to go get fucked up. We're going to have a good old time. But when we're hungover, we got to drive 6 hours. I want to be bullshitting back and forth. I want to mind meld. I want to pick that shit back and forth because iron sharpens iron.
I
agree.
Know what I'm saying? And comics are fun to talk to and like bounce ideas off.
Some of them are weird. Boy, there's some weird ones. God damn, there's some weird ones, dude. I'm just like, dude, I don't like you.
There's some
but
weird. No, there are some really crazy ones, I think. Like where you're just like, this person might kill me, and you got to you don't want to know where you live and things like that. But you have good vibe. And I think it's interesting to hear your take kind of on your writing process. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know exactly what I am still, but you inspire me to like be more myself, I think, on stage, because I can be myself in real life. But then when I go on stage, I'm kind of like robotic, I feel.
Yeah. And dude, and with progression, with repetition, you'll find that. But just remember, like, you're like, them people don't fucking know you.
True.
Now, why should they know you? Look at it like that. Like, just be you, because being you got you to the point to at least think, hey, I should go try that. So don't treat the stage as this pedestal.
Yeah.
All right. Treat it as like, just another day at the office. Let me just be
I love that. Like, just unattachment kind of.
Just
You're not too attached.
Don't give it such, I mean, be grateful for stage time and treat it as a job. But at the end of the day, like, Derek Poston told me the best piece of advice I've ever got in my life. I'm doing Sigurd's show when it's at the Vulcan. I got way too high on stage, way too high to even, I wasn't even good comic, but even to get, and I kept oh guys, I'm so sorry, I'm high, blah, blah. And he goes, look, man, when you're up there, you're the captain of the ship. You steer the ship. They don't know what is funny or not. You tell them what's funny. He's like, don't lead on, because we're creatures of habit. And if you look nervous, now we're nervous and cringed out too.
Body language.
It speaks volumes. So just like,
you're right.
There. I tell all my features and all the people on the road, man, I'm like, look, I got one rule in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I said, throw dick. I said, if you don't go up there and try to bury me, not dig me in a hole. I'm talking, if you don't fucking try to be better than me, I got no business with you. And being with those better comics forced me to get better. Whereas I know some big guys, they take, I know guys who are my friends that have featured for big dudes, and they are not. And the guy comes up to him and goes, hey, man, if you're featuring for me tonight, you got to be clean. And they're not clean comics. They limit their shit. They dumb shit down on purpose to make their shit shine. I don't want that, because I ain't getting better if I'm just being coddled. Like fucking bury me, mother. Throw dick. Be better.
I love that. I love that you're saying.
Can I put my feet up here?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
please do whatever you want. I love that you're saying that. That's a good outlook to have. And I heard somebody else say something similar. I think Jay Legend said something like that too, where he was like, I want like the people over me to do good. Like, I want the guy who goes up before me to do good, because then I want to do good. And it's like such a healthy, I think that's such a healthy way of seeing it.
Because people are so, like, ego is real, and people get jealous, and people, but it's like, dude, like, if you're going to be the best, you got to go up against shit that makes you uncomfortable. Like they're so much better than you that you're uncomfortable in it. Well, all right, we'll do something about it. All right,
I love it.
Be what you're supposed to be. Like iron sharpens iron. I'm a big proponent of that. And you know,
that's cool as fuck. I love that so much. Because I'm still pretty new with it, so it's like sometimes somebody will go up before me, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, Phil, how long you been doing comedy?
I'm going up on 3 years.
Okay, how you feel about like the progression and the growth and all of it too?
Well, for what we're just talking about is like I never want to follow a bomb. Like
I never do want to either. Yeah.
Mid. Like I look at it as like getting the crowd rolling. Like if someone before me crushes, I want to pick up the ball and run with it
and take that energy. So you don't like following someone that bombs?
No.
See, I differ on that because and I think it's in the way of like, yeah, obviously that's not the energy you want behind it, but then you got to think to yourself like, let me reset this room. You see what I'm saying? Let me garner this shit back.
It does happen,
because that way, not to be a comics comic, but if comics on that show see you have to go essentially cold open because this dude dug us in the hole, if they see you dig them out, it just is like, it's a testament. It's like, yo, once again, I don't give a fuck about the pedestal of that stage, and I don't give a fuck about this guy before me.
I love that.
Here's me. Watch me do what I'm supposed to do.
I love that.
And it's all because, like, yes, it's a lot easier coming in. That's why I don't take shit comics on the road with me. Yeah, you don't want to fight. Like, I understand that. But in a showcase setting, it's like, fuck it, dude. Hey, I'm supposed to be here. Sorry, this guy couldn't do it. Because, like, I got past the mothership now. And it's like, you know, I guess they want you to prove yourself. So I either go with the spots that I do get, and it's only usually one a week, you know.
Yeah.
It's either the last end of show on Saturday or Friday, or it's a cold open for Friday or Saturday.
Wow.
So you set the tone because they're trying to train you, you know, to be in that formality.
That's
and it's
cool.
just like, fuck it, dude. Like, hey, look, good, bad, or in between, I'm gonna be here.
I love that. You're going all in, and that's super inspiring. I think I do like when people do good before me because I think actually I can't dig out. I don't know. I haven't performed a lot. I'm like an open mic.
But you'll get
basically,
to that point,
you know.
And look, dude, the lack of stage time, you know, because it's competitive out here. Dude, straight up on some real shit. There's a couple clubs. There's a couple times I've been out on the road where I didn't bring a feature or a opener, and the club provides you one, right? And I've had guys in other cities at these clubs do 20 minutes, you know, 20, 30 minutes in front of me. And I'm just like, you've been doing it how long? 10 years? And I'm like, I know essentially open micers in Austin that are better than you.
Whoa.
Because this competitive nature, but in that it's hard to get spots. I understand that. But I mean, like.
But it's like, you know, it's interesting because one thing I do like about open mics is when I see somebody go up and fully commit.
Leaning into
and
it.
They don't give a fuck about anything.
Attitude.
It's so cool. I'm like, that's so cool. Like, you don't care at all. And, you know, you don't care your bone. I love that. And, like, I am trying to get comfortable with the silence, but I do notice my energy shifts. If the room's empty, I think I'm not as excited. And I don't know how to get excited in an empty room.
That's a natural response to that. It sucks doing, you know, I'd rather do a fucking set for 200 people than 7.
Me too.
You know, but you got to look at it like that too. It's like, all right, well, let me just get, I've done, I did a mic the other day in Chicago. There's like, and I say the other day, it's a couple months ago, but there's like 9 people there.
Yeah.
And I see everybody going up and it's just lackluster. I just sit. I go and I sit on the foot of the stage.
Yeah.
And then I got up and I sat in the chair right across from the woman and just started talking to her. It's like all you're doing is having a conversation.
I love that.
It's essentially that. It's
That's
just
so good.
Whether it's 7 people or 200, you're doing, you know, like you control it. So
this is like, that's
if you're
so
comfortable,
cool. You're blowing my mind.
It's like riding a horse. I don't know if y'all grew up riding horses.
Never have.
I grew up breaking horses with my granddaddy, and a horse can feel when you're a bitch.
Whoa.
It feels it. It's instinctual. It's like if you're confident, know what the fuck. I remember I was riding bareback and there was a fucking rattlesnake, and them horses can sense that, and it sawed on the ground, and I don't have a saddle. I'm just holding on bareback. I'm just trotting, and it sees that snake and takes off in a dead fucking sprint, and I'm having to hold on to its fucking hair. Like, because if you fall going that fast, that shit, I mean, might not kill you, but it hurts. It ain't fun. And so, but locking in, I'm pulling on it. I'm like, hey, we're good. Slow the fuck down as just a snake. And it feels that and it listens. It's the same thing with crowds.
I love that.
You dictate the energy.
You know what's crazy? I didn't mean to.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No.
Sorry,
I have ADD. No,
that Adderall's kicking in real hard.
I need more Adderall probably because I have such bad ADD. I want to hear what you were saying, and I'm so sorry I interrupted you. That was like super cool. I was gonna tie it into when I was a teacher.
Please.
When I would do circle time, if I was like not confident in my circle time,
They could feel it.
They knew, and then it would be chaos. The room would just break into chaos.
People follow leaders with confidence.
You're right.
Now you could be retarded.
Yeah.
You could be retarded, but if you're a confident motherfucker, I'm getting ready to run through a wall for you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it's not necessarily fake it till you make it, but it's like, yo, I'm up here, right? So like we might as well.
And find the part of yourself that is confident and like pull it. I'm gonna try that.
I'm just be you, man. At the end of the day, they're like, and look, I'll give you another. You have a statistical advantage over me and Phil. Okay. You're good looking.
Thank you.
And you're a girl, which in comedy is kind of a niche thing, and especially like there's women comics, that self-deprecate. Like, what is I've actually never seen one of your sets. Are you big on self-deprecate? So you don't have to do a joke for me, but do you do a lot of self-deprecation?
No, I can't.
Do you dress down?
No.
Okay, don't ever fucking do that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Don't ever fucking
Thank you. Oh my God.
Your fucking self.
I'm trying to.
I'm telling you, because like I know like I got some friends out in LA, like a couple girl comics out there, and they're fucking hilarious. They're great comics, but they think because they're a woman that they have to dumb themselves down, like dress down in the fact just to get like to appease people. I'm like, yo, throw dick.
Yeah.
Just go throw dick.
No,
Who gives a fuck?
I love that. I love that.
Dude.
Because like for
them
me,
people ain't paying your bills.
I know.
Fuck them people.
And I have a weird experience where like I was like in a profession where like there was a dress code. I couldn't wear a lot of stuff and I had to buy clothes separately for like my job. And I grew up in a small town where you like couldn't really wear things that, well, you could. I did, but like you weren't supposed to wear things that were like risky or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like it made people uncomfortable and the town was like super weird and small. So like all my life I've kind of not had to do that, but I wouldn't do it, but I'd feel guilty for not doing it. And then I was in therapy and she was like, no, just be yourself, like wear what you want to wear. So then I was lucky I just started therapy before I started comedy because then I was already like, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. Kind of like, because like I want to be authentic is basically what I'm trying to do. But I know like it does make people mad sometimes. Like
but fuck them.
But I don't care though because I just like to wear what I want to wear, and I love fashion.
And look, if that gets eyes on you per se, for that, like I said, if I can get you to look, I can get you to listen. So if you have the comedic ability to back up like who you are, funny is funny, no matter what the fuck you look like.
Yeah.
But now you've got the statistical advantage of people paying attention. Go, oh, there's a hot chick on stage. But then if you got just follow-ups and you're just a deadly fucking comic, Christina Mariachi, perfect example.
She's so good.
And she's one of the best comics I've ever seen in my entire life. She just happens to be really, and like, and she kind of quirky and goofy, but that's her voice. That's her shit.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, I just, be you. Because at the end of the day, these motherfuckers don't pay your bills. And any press is good press. Just whatever you do, be fucking good at it.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Why I get 1,800 phone calls on that?
Oh, no. Is everything okay?
Yeah. No. So
it doesn't make sense when like other, especially male comics, kind of have like resentment towards her for like getting a spot. It's like you weren't gonna fill that spot that they wanted on that.
Yeah,
show.
you're not him. Like we're not looking for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let me ask you. I wanted to ask this question because I knew y'all was dating and stuff. Because when I first got in the whole comedy thing, they were like, "Yo, don't date comics.
Oh, yeah.
Comics, don't date comics because it can ruin, if you get into like a fucking big thing, it can ruin spots and shows." What's that dynamic for y'all dating in this scene?
Well, you want me to take this?
You
Phil, give me a little two-parter. Can I pee? Can we pause it? Can I pee?
Yeah, let's
I've done had me about 14 beers. I need to give me a little piss. Filbert.
Yeah, so
I love that.
like I obviously get people say that all the time. You hear don't date comics, but like when I had met her, I was new to Austin and she was new to comedy. So like she had done maybe like 2 open mics and I like didn't really know anybody here. And so I was just like talking
y'all
to
kind of
her,
bonded,
giving her advice and stuff. And when you delve in further to those people that say like don't date comics, like their reasoning, it doesn't
match up.
If you're a piece of shit and you're going to be jealous of your partner's success,
exactly,
that's when it doesn't work. But the way I look at it is like I've only been doing it for 3 years, but like I still have enough to like prop her up.
Yeah.
To like
You got good advice. You got
Yeah.
good logic. You've been in the shit for a sec.
Yeah, I just pass on the advice I've received from better comics, and meanwhile, like I help her do the podcast, I help her run her show. Like I'm just trying to prop her up for success, and if she gets it, if I was mad about that, that would make me retarded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's a great fucking take right there. God
Yeah.
damn.
And for me personally, like I have been doing comedy long. I've only been doing it like a year, and then he's been doing it longer than me. And so it's cool because I can like ask him his opinion on stuff, and then it's funny because like we can just riff about things, and
You can bounce your
yeah,
shit.
it's fun.
You're fun, and you're fun.
I don't lie to her either.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you got,
like,
and honestly, you don't need a yes man around you.
Yeah.
Like if, like, I won't say her name once again, but there was, I did my show Uncle Lazer and Friends this past Friday, at Sunset. And
Okay.
it's a good crowd out there. It's a great time, and I got a friend of mine who we've never had no kind of sexual relations or anything. She's always been a homie to me, so I'm a homie back. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And she was in town. I was like, yeah, come do some time.
Yeah.
And she gets off stage and she did not do well. And I feel bad with that because I'm bringing out of towners and these door guys are looking at me like, yo, dude, I could have done way better than that. What fuck? But she gets off stage and the first thing she says is, oh, they're a great crowd. I did great. I felt like I did great. I go, did you? I said, did you? She goes, well, you didn't like it? I go, I took some notes for you.
I love that.
But like, cause like, yo, it's the worst kind of people in life are people who, if you aren't a realist,
Mhm.
like if you're delusional enough to think you killed and you clearly didn't, and everybody just lets you walk around like that, you're not gonna get any better.
Yeah, and you care, so you're like, this is the truth.
I'm like, yo, you're my homie. I would tell this to someone. I mean, if it was some other guy I didn't know,
It'd
I
be
wouldn't
harder,
say, hey.
yeah.
But I mean, like, if he came to me, what'd you think? I go, you sucked. Because I want someone to tell me that. I want someone to be like, yo, that was dog shit.
Well, I want you to watch me and then tell me.
What was this thing he did in the bunny costume? What the fuck was that?
Oh, that was for Banana
that Halloween?
Phone. It was around Halloween
Okay,
time.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen. Was that Banana Phone?
Yeah, Banana Phone. But
well,
it came
y'all like
out
Banana
later.
Phone? I did that one time. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
I did it when I met him. It was at Banana Phone, and a guy told me to do it like my second week into comedy. So I went on Banana Phone when I'd only done like 3 open mics.
Oh shit.
And then but they were like, it's the worst it'll ever be. So I think it kind of desensitized me as a puppy.
Yeah, and look, dude, there's no one tells you how or when to do it. You literally just have to fucking put your irons in the fire and figure it out from there and learn to swim. I guess.
like it, yeah.
That's the only way you can do it.
And I want to get better at off the cuff heckling. So sometimes I'll go and like just sit in the audience too and try to like
to listen.
To like and
Student of it.
yeah,
I like that.
and I like want to like I'll think of sometimes, but then I'm like, oh no, I don't
like
know
you
if
ever
that's funny.
you say you had a sister.
Yep.
All right, you ever get in an argument with your sister?
Oh yeah.
All right, and you ever just like off cuff be like, hey, well, you look like this, you
yeah,
goofy bitch.
Yeah.
That's all that is, man.
Yeah.
It's your sister in the crowd. Like when people heckle, like I'm
that's
just
smart.
Like, dude, I'm telling you, there's so many tendencies that translate from everyday life into stand up too. Now, you gotta form it, find your voice. But dude, you can lead with confidence better than you can lead with fear or love.
I love that so much.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like just like I want to know. I'll attribute it back to sports, which I hate because this is an art and it shouldn't be competitive. But I mean, like, look, I played baseball and like the best get scouted, so I wanted to be the best. But in art, like music or comedy, you don't have to be the best. Okay.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, I know comics that are way better than me.
Yeah.
Like from a writing sense, a structured sense, like just everything. But they can't put asses in seats like me. You see what I'm saying? Like you just find what you do well and do it to the best of your fucking ability. And hopefully that shit sells. You know what I'm saying?
I love
but
that.
Always get better. Like like always I'm a student of it. I absorb it when I see guys that are way better than me. I sit down and I watch them in the crowd just to look at mannerisms, look how they play, how they maneuver through hecklers, like everything. I study it now. Like when I watch someone special, like Steph Phillip, she's one of my good friends. She's been fucking with me since before I was in comedy. She just had her shit on Netflix, and I watched the special. But I'm watching it as like, oh, I'm happy for my friend to be on Netflix. But I'm also watching like All right, why is this bitch on Netflix? All right,
Yeah,
what
that's
is she
smart.
doing? How is she doing it? How are her timings or pause breaks? And you just take notes because you just Mike Eaton told me be a sponge,
I love
absorb
that.
everything.
Yeah. And I think like I do
Look at all
love to
this
do
dog
that.
hair.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Give me a lint roll. No, I'm kidding.
I know it's bad. It's really bad. No, I love that. And I love watching people like you who are like, you know, you've been doing it a while, you know what you're doing, you have confidence. And I do try to like kind of take notes from people like how when they're so, you know, their timing's good and things like that. I'm such a baby still where I'm just trying to figure it out, but I'm like very deadpan. Like all my stuff is like super deadpan and I'm not really that deadpan in real life, I don't think. I don't know.
Well,
What
you're
do
just
you
trying to find your footing. You're trying to find your
Yeah,
voice.
I just want to be myself
Yeah, just be
more.
yourself. Don't
So
treat it as
the stage and
don't treat it as a stage.
you've taught me so much.
Yeah,
And you're coming out with a special soon too, right?
yeah. Well, I have. Yeah, I have the first comedy special in the metaverse. It's you can
What?
watch it on Oculus, and everything that I talk about, it's interactive. So I can be a hologram at the foot of this table about that tall, or I can be life size like how I am now at the foot of your bed. But like
Oh my God.
as I go through the jokes, the visuals, like that girl tried to stab me with that knife in her apartment. We go to the apartment. You see this crazy woman with a knife,
Whoa.
and like as I tell it, it's mimicking. And I go, because they initially, they're like, hey, we'll give you 5,000, come down here and do a couple of jokes for us on this. It's T-Pain's coming. It's called Soapbox.
Wow.
And they do a bunch of shit with like rappers and country artists, and they do shit for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They created Buddy Guy's fucking hologram while they're playing shit there, but they wanted to get more comedy. And I came down and while I was doing it, I was like, I don't just want to do a couple jokes. I want to do a special on here. I said, because I know it's in the infancy stage, but you put them on. Like they did a song for Walk a Flock of Flame, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's called like Trap House or some shit. And like you can be immersed in the VR. You can go up to the refrigerator and open it, and there's a bunch of money stored in the refrigerator. Like it's an interactive trap house that you can do shit.
Wow.
Same thing with I'm like, dude, the visuals on this. So yeah, that comes out December 18th.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, well, I hated it. Well, like, and I did it a year ago, but like the comic that I am now, and this, I guess this will always be a thing as you progress. I look at it now, I'm like, fuck, I do that joke better. Fuck, I do that joke better. Fuck, I do that joke better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a never ending cycle of, because no joke's ever perfect. There's a lot of shit I revisit, and I'm like, damn, let me rehamp this and just tighten it up.
You think of a different way to deliver it maybe too, or
just different
yeah,
things. Like,
I know. I do that a lot. And I post my jokes. Sometimes I'll do a joke for the first time and then post it online.
Yeah, don't do that. Then that goes back to what I was saying about ruining
I
opportunities.
know. I shouldn't do that.
I tried to post when I was a year in.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I'm like, God, this is dog shit.
Yeah.
Like,
some of her jokes, like she'll do them like 4 times and then she'll post it. It gets like 100K.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. But that's essentially what I'm getting into. Like, look, like I said, you have a statistical advantage.
I never think
well,
that,
but
though.
see, like, and that's keep that. Like, don't ever always want to learn, always be hungry. Tiger Woods was the best motherfucking golfer in the world, and he never just went, you know what? I got putting on lock. I'm never gonna putt again.
No, yeah.
Learn. I watch everything. Like, be in the shit, because if you're gonna be good at something, in order to get great at it, you gotta fucking immerse yourself.
Yeah.
Right? But like, yeah, she will. Anything you post, you're gonna get 100K. But think about this.
Sometimes I don't though.
but the things that you do on, okay, the things that you do get the big thing on, where you're getting 100,000 for just being you or what you're saying. Think about when that shit is diabolically surgical. That joke. Think about if that joke. When I watch shit, you gotta disassociate, and I watch shit, and I look at me as if I did not know me and I was not a friend of me. I let go of my ego, and I watch that shit, and I go, genuinely, do I think that is funny?
Yeah.
You don't have to be so crucial on yourself, but like put it in a way of like, if a random person is fucking scrolling that does not know me, would they stop? They would stop for your 3 seconds because of the way you look. Now, what if your shit was diabolically just killing?
Yeah.
Your shit would be...
I know, you're right. Like, I want to get good. Like, that's my goal, because I do love comedy. So, like, I'm just like, I want to get good at it. It's something I've always wanted to do. So, and I'm I'm kind of a perfectionist, which is kind of bites me in the ass sometimes, where like I need to really just like let parts of that go, but keep some of it, I think. Because sometimes I'm like, I'll get in my head and be like, I can't post this, like, because it's not perfect. But
have the buffer for
yeah,
sure.
it helps me learn though, because like I don't get a ton of stage time. Now I have a show, which is cool, and like I have time I can do on that. But
So look at that. Look
you
at that
know,
right there. Year in. A
yeah,
year
yeah,
in. Look at that.
yeah.
You already got a show that you're running.
And
So yeah,
I want you to
write the
come on it. Will
hey,
you headline?
yeah, I'll headline.
Okay.
Write the milestones down. Like
Yeah, yeah.
anything. Like, so perfect example. Like, remember the shit, because that keeps you in the shit of why you're doing it. So like
Mm-hmm.
when I was working in the oil field, I would make 25 to 30K every 2 weeks. I'd work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Okay?
Damn.
I did a run through Alberta, Canada, and then Pacific Northwest, a 2 week period run, like, essentially I'm working 2 weeks and then I'm off for 2 weeks, right? That was the first time in my comedy career that I made more money doing stand up than I did in oil field. And you use that as a benchmark. And then the other thing, like, cause like, dude, like I go through shit too where I'm like, man, was this the right decision? Because like, dude, it's not even about like, you can be good, you can be great, but if you don't get lucky, like it takes it's a mixture.
Element of
it's
luck.
element. But the other day, this is when I knew, I go, okay, I remember this, and I'll remember this till the day that I die. I wrote this down in my journal. I was in Albuquerque a couple months back. It was a Sunday, a school night, essentially. Sold out show. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I go to like take photos and shit with the fans afterwards. There was a girl, and she brought her younger brother. He must have been 18, 19. She's probably in her mid-20s. And she comes up to me. She goes, oh my God, love your set. She goes, me and my brother drove 5 hours tonight just to see you. And we got to turn around and drive 5 hours home. I got to take my kids in school tomorrow. I said, you drove 5 fucking hours to see me? I go, you retarded? I said, what are you doing?
Oh my
She
gosh.
goes, I wouldn't miss this for the world. She says, because when my dad was dying in the hospital a couple months back, we would watch your videos. And it was one of the last memories I have of him laughing and smiling. And I wouldn't miss this for the world. And I go, God damn it. I said, I want you to know what you just told me right there is better than money.
Yeah.
I said that if I can make your day just a tad bit better by my goofy shit, that is why we do it.
I love
you see what I'm saying?
that. That's
See what I'm
so
saying?
beautiful.
So remember those things.
Yeah.
Because that shit, those are benchmarks that you look back and be like,
that is exciting. Like, yeah, that's a really good thing.
I'm a confident motherfucker, but I mean, I'm just like everybody else.
But you're grateful.
I got insecurities.
But you're a grateful person too.
Yeah, because like I know what works life. I know, like I've made a lot. My grandma told me, she goes, and I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now because I've come from dirt poor.
Yeah.
And I've made a bunch of money. And she goes, look, baby, all money does by change of misery.
True.
It's your happiness that matters. She goes, go do whatever you're gonna be doing and be the fucking best at it.
I love that.
Dude.
That you are very wise. Yeah, help yourself.
Oh,
there's a couple more.
Give me the pink microphone, dude. I want the no. Okay,
I know. I almost streamed at one point and then I never did. But that is so. I love that advice so much. It's so true because I've met some of the most miserable people that are rich.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah. I mean, look, it makes shit convenient. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But like,
don't get me wrong. It's great.
But you can be rich and still be miserable. I've seen it so many. I don't know a lot of rich people, but people I think are rich. Maybe they're just normal. But I don't know. I think it's like definitely comes from within. Like you do have to like find happiness, and I think being grateful and like being able to see like all these beautiful moments, and you want to like write them down and remember them. And I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah,
and I love that.
Just take a note because like this is what we're getting. And like, look, you meeting him fortuitous. Right?
Yeah.
Because he's seasoned over you, teaching you, but then believes in you. You gotta you make your first 100,000 by yourself. You make your first million with a team.
Wow.
You're only as good as the motherfuckers you surround yourself with.
Oh my God, I agree with you so much because it definitely affects you, and like energy is like an element probably, and they've done studies on it, I think, where it literally does who you surround yourself with does influence.
When you write, do you bounce shit off of him in the writing process?
Sometimes I'll just randomly write a joke and then I also be like, has this been done before? And then he'll be like, yes or no, or usually one time I had this joke that I was like, I feel like I've heard this, and then he also felt like he heard it, and we looked and we looked and we looked.
Hey, but don't worry about that.
No one had
parallel thinking. As long as you just directly ain't stealing a fucking joke, you can. I mean, like, I got smoking weed, doing dabs. People have done about being too high before.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say it in my experience, in my voice. One thing too, just to not just keep running shit off of him. You also gotta You got to delegate like what your fan base is going to be and who you're going to appeal
Yeah, I
to.
don't know who they are
So
still.
maybe it'll probably be a bunch of DJing dudes, want to see some hot chick or something. But you also
Yeah.
got to think like, are you gonna self-deprecate? Are you gonna be like a woman's gal, a girl's girl?
Yeah.
Like you gotta kind of like narrow these things down. But do that based off of your writing style, what you think is funny, because that will supersede any of the fake shit and the writing shit. Like if you're writing something from a place of pain or trauma or grit, say that with the intentions of how that shit makes you feel, because that will resonate with people. And sometimes, he's a boy, you're a girl.
Yeah.
Like I don't write with girls a lot, right? But I know like I'll take a premise, write with my boys, and I'll come to like a girl comic that I know, I go, is this tasteful?
Oh, I like that.
You see what
Smart.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because,
to get
like,
both sides of the energy.
The one thing that I don't understand, and this is going back to that boy being like, if anybody laughed at that, just wants to fuck her. It's like, yo, when I see fucking men comics go on stage and say like women aren't funny, I was like, what did you just do? I said, do you realize what you just did? You just alienated half of the population, you fucking dummy. My favorite Michael Jordan quote of all time is, Republicans buy sneakers too. What are we talking about? I mean, like, when you alienate, like, dude, like, I don't fucking
I think it comes from a weird ego place, because I think some men are very, like, scared to not be...
It comes from, like being inferior. I'm not saying that word right, but, like, they're not, like, dude.
They're not confident in themselves or something, maybe?
Because, like, if she's getting stage time, but I'm a longer comic, why is she getting stage time? Well, maybe I should fucking be better, so that the pretty girl in town who's done 3 mics is getting more time than me. Hey, man, look yourself in the mirror. You fucking suck. Be better. Don't hate on somebody for an opportunity. I don't ever hate on an opportunity.
You're so sweet.
Huh? I'm
I
actually
love that.
gay.
No, you're just really nice, and it's so cool to hear you say that, because like that is weird when that happens, and I'm not taking their spot, and maybe I give them a spot one day if they're good.
Very good. You got a show now.
Now I can give them a spot.
Now you can give all them retards that hated you. I go, hey, you guys want to come to my show?
Yeah. Oh my God. One time this guy posted me on his story, and then somebody sent it to me, and they were like, what's this about? Like, some guy had like posted about my podcast who was like a bigger comic, but negatively.
What, he just shit on you?
He was like shitting on it.
It was really funny because it was like our 3rd episode we'd ever done, and he just posted like a clip of her podcast and said, "This is the state of comedy right now." It was just like, it was really random.
And he was like, all these bookers and agents are like creaming their pants right now, and I'm sick of this or something. And I was just like, I don't even know what I'm doing on my podcast. I'm just doing a podcast. Like, it was like the weirdest.
Dude,
it was so random, and I was just like, why? But I mean, it hasn't been bad lately, so I think that is good.
You're getting better. It's progression. It's growth. That's why you benchmark the shit, write the shit down.
I love that. Yeah, to like make a little journal and like
because
remember...
that way you look back when you're feeling blue, and you look back and you're like, look what I've accomplished. Look what I've done. And like, if a motherfucker is shitting on you, and he's let's go out on a limb. I don't know who it is, but he's probably a better comic than you.
Yeah.
But when he says shit like that, it's jealousy. It's like, all right, man, lions don't concern themselves when a dog barks. You hear me?
Right.
So if you're doing that, okay, you're a bitch. Like, don't do that. Like, just, hey, maybe work on me getting better. If I got to shit on someone to get a little notoriety, you're a snake. You're a fucking snake.
It's weird, too, because I'm only a year in, so it's like, I'm so new to comedy.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Did we lose it?
Did we lose
Camera went down? Listen, I've been Uncle Lazer. This has been the Big Natural Podcast. We want to thank you for tuning in. We want to thank all the big sponsors. This Cherry Pillow Company has been giving us these cherries. The sheepskin couch. You can pick it up on your local Amazon. Go ahead.
And do you have anything that you want to plug?
Just Uncle Lazer everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, OnlyFans, anything. And then, I got a new merch line coming out in the beginning of the year. And just hit me up, dude.
And catch Uncle Lazer on my show at Creek in the Cave the 3rd Friday of the month.
You got
coming
a 3rd
up
Friday every month?
Yeah, coming up
whenever
he wants. So you get to pick whatever time you want to come on. I'd love to have you.
I'll be there when I'm not on the
thank
road,
you so much for
thanks
coming
for
on.
Make sure you get your cat spaded and neutered. Shout out Bob Barker.
All right, thank you guys.
Boom.
Bye.